Have you ever wondered if there are planets out there that exist beyond our current understanding and knowledge? Our universe, a celestial canvas painted with the strokes of cosmic dust and stardust, is continually expanding, evolving, and revealing new secrets. It's a never-ending symphony of celestial bodies, and we are but a small note in its grand composition. In this vast expanse, the idea of hypothetical planets isn't just a possibility, it's a probability. Let's take a moment to ponder the concept of space. It's infinite, isn't it? It stretches out in all directions, far beyond what our telescopes can capture and our minds can comprehend. It's a realm of endless possibilities, a realm where the known laws of physics might not always apply. It's a realm where the extraordinary could be ordinary and where the impossible could be possible. Now let's consider the concept of planets. We're all familiar with the 8 planets in our solar system, each unique and fascinating in its own right. But what about exoplanets? These are planets that orbit stars outside our solar system. We've discovered thousands of these, but remember, we're exploring a universe that's infinite. So, in the grand scheme of things, that's like finding a handful of grains on a beach that stretches beyond the horizon. Imagine then the sheer number of planets that could exist out there. Planets with conditions and compositions so alien to us, they challenge our basic understanding of what a planet can be. Planets that could be made entirely of gas or ice or even diamond. Planets where a day lasts for 100 Earth years or where the sun never sets. Planets teeming with life forms so different from us we wouldn't even recognize them as life. Yes, the universe is a mystery, a puzzle that we've barely begun to piece together. But isn't that what makes it so exciting? The unknown, the unexplored, the unimagined, they're all out there, waiting for us. Space, being the final frontier, holds an infinite number of possibilities waiting to be explored. Imagine a planet where it's always dusk, a land of perpetual twilight. Such a world might seem like a fantasy, but in the vast universe it's entirely plausible. Picture this planet, tidally locked with its star, caught in an eternal cosmic dance. One face of the planet perpetually basks in the star's glow, while the other is shrouded in everlasting night. This unique arrangement gives birth to a realm of endless twilight, a thin strip of land where the sun never fully rises nor sets. It's a world caught between light and dark, where the sun perpetually lingers at the horizon, casting long shadows and bathing the landscape in a soft, dusky glow. But what about life? Could it exist in this twilight zone? It's not as far-fetched as you might think. Life, as we've come to understand, is incredibly adaptable. It thrives in the deepest oceans, survives in the harshest deserts, and endures in the coldest tundras. On a planet where it's always twilight, life would undoubtedly evolve to suit its environment. Creatures might develop heightened senses to navigate the low light, or perhaps they'd rely more on sound or smell. Plants could evolve to photosynthesize with less light, perhaps turning a shade of black to absorb as much of the dim sunlight as possible. But what about the weather? On a tidally locked planet, the climate would be drastically different from what we know on Earth. The side facing the star would be scorching hot, while the side facing away would be freezing cold. But in the twilight zone, the climate might be more temperate. However, the stark temperature difference between the day and night sides could create extreme winds and storms, making the twilight zone a very windy place indeed. Life on such a planet would indeed be a twilight saga, but as with any saga, it's filled with possibilities, challenges, and a dash of the unknown. It's a testament to the remarkable diversity of the universe and the endless possibilities that await us as we continue to explore the cosmos. Now contemplate a planet entirely covered by oceans. Imagine, if you will, a world where the terrain we're familiar with is replaced by an endless expanse of water. A planet where there are no mountains to climb, no forests to wander, no deserts to cross. Instead, it's a world of ceaseless waves and boundless depths, endless blue as far as the eye can see. In this hypothetical ocean planet, life would likely be abundant and incredibly diverse. Just as our Earth's oceans teem with life forms ranging from the microscopic to the gargantuan, so too would this water world. Its depths could be home to a myriad of marine creatures, some resembling those we know, others utterly alien in their form and function. The lack of land wouldn't hinder life, but rather shape it in unique and fascinating ways. Now let's take a moment to consider civilizations. On our own planet, land has been central to the development of societies. It's where we build our homes, grow our food, mine our resources, but what happens when there's no land? Would civilizations even be possible? The answer is a resounding yes. If life can adapt, so can intelligence. Societies on this ocean planet would likely be aquatic, building their cities beneath the waves. They might harness the power of the currents, develop technology to extract minerals from the sea floor, cultivate seaweed farms, and create intricate networks of underwater habitats. These underwater cities could be marvels of bioengineering, blending the natural and the artificial. Imagine structures grown from coral lit by bioluminescent organisms with a network of currents serving as roads. It's a vision of a civilization in harmony with its environment, a testament to the power of adaptation, yet the ocean planet would pose challenges. Communication, travel, resource extraction, all would require novel solutions. But it's these very challenges that would drive innovation and progress, shaping a civilization as unique as the environment it inhabits. An ocean planet, a world of endless waves and unknown depths. What about life on a gas giant? Can it be possible? Let's take a moment to ponder this fascinating question. Gas giants are unlike anything we're familiar with here on Earth. They are massive celestial bodies composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, boasting extreme conditions that seemingly defy the possibility of life. But let's not limit our imagination to the confines of Earth-like life. When we think about life on a gas giant, we must consider the potential for entirely different life forms, adapted to survive in these extreme conditions. Imagine organisms that have evolved to withstand the intense pressure that characterizes these planets. Picture creatures built to endure the high winds that whip around these celestial bodies at mind-boggling speeds. This might seem far-fetched, but remember, life on Earth has adapted to some pretty extraordinary conditions too, from the crushing depths of our oceans to the freezing temperatures of our polar regions. But what about the lack of solid ground on a gas giant? That's where things get really interesting. We're talking about potential life forms that may not need solid ground to exist. Perhaps we could find floating organisms, buoyant beings that drift in the dense gaseous atmospheres, or maybe even organisms that live in the clouds, thriving in the turbulent swirling mists that shroud these planets. And while we're speculating, let's not forget the possibility of microscopic life. Tiny, resilient organisms that could exist suspended in the gaseous atmosphere, thriving in a world that, to us, seems utterly inhospitable. Of course, these are all conjectures, ideas born of our limitless curiosity and thirst for knowledge. To date, we have no concrete evidence of life on gas giants, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place, and we're constantly discovering new aspects of its infinite complexity. Life on a gas giant, a concept as enigmatic as the planets themselves. Yet as we continue to explore the cosmos, who knows what extraordinary discoveries await us? To conclude, the universe is a place of infinite possibilities. It's an arena where the realms of reality and imagination often blur, where the extraordinary becomes the ordinary, and vice versa. In our journey today, we've traversed through landscapes of perpetual twilight, dove deep into the heart of an ocean planet, and floated through the turbulent skies of a gas giant. Each of these hypothetical planets presents a unique set of conditions, challenges, and opportunities for life as we know it, and as we don't know it. Let's rewind a bit. We began our journey on a planet caught in a never-ending sunset where the concept of day and night is as alien as the planet itself. Next, we voyaged to an aquatic realm completely covered in water where life might evolve under pressures and temperatures beyond our earthly comprehension. Lastly, we soared through the gaseous expanse of a giant planet where life could potentially float freely in the atmosphere, unbound by the constraints of solid ground. In each of these scenarios, we've seen how the laws of physics and chemistry could give rise to environments wildly different from our own, yet potentially capable of nurturing life. But remember, these are just 3 hypothetical examples. There could be countless other scenarios out there waiting to be discovered, each with its own unique set of rules and realities. The universe is vast, and our understanding of it is still in its infancy. We must keep our minds open to the myriad mysteries it holds, to the countless stories yet untold, to the infinite worlds yet undiscovered. Our journey today is a testament to the power of imagination and the thrill of exploration. It's a reminder that reality is often stranger than fiction and that the universe is indeed a place of endless possibilities. As we continue to explore and understand the cosmos, one can only imagine what other fascinating worlds we might discover. Until then, we can only speculate and dream about the endless possibilities that the universe holds.